We will see some more examples for the hybridization calculation. And here in this NH3 molecule we are taking. Here NH3 molecule, number of hybrid orbitals. Number of hybrid orbitals is equal to, what is the formula? Half into valence electrons plus number of monovalent atoms plus or minus charge. Here number of valence electrons half into, it is a fifth group element, so 5 plus number of monovalent atoms 3 plus or minus 0. So 5 plus 3 means 8. 8 by 2 means 4. So what is the hybridization possible? sp3. And next, suppose if you are having H2O molecule. In this H2O molecule, central atom is sulfur. So hybrid orbitals number is equal to half into number of valence electrons of oxygen. Oxygen is a sixth group element. So 6 plus hydrogen atoms monovalent. There are 2 monovalent atoms. So 6 plus 2. 6 plus 2 means again 8. 8 by 2. We will get 4. 4 means it is also sp3 hybridized. And suppose if you are taking ions. Here ions means for example NH4 plus is taken. Here NH4 plus means number of hybrid orbitals is equal to, next half into valence electrons of nitrogen. Valence means it is 5 and plus number of monovalent atoms present is 4 and next positive charge is present. Here if positive charge is present, you remove it. You remove one electron. How many charge is present? Positive, one charge. So remove one electron. So you will get 4 minus 1, 3, 5 plus 3, 8. Again it will be 4. So it is sp3 hybridized. So NH4 plus is having sp3 hybridized. Next, suppose if you are taking SO4 minus 2. SO4 minus 2 and we are using SO4 minus 2, number of hybrid orbitals is equal to half into, here sulfur means sixth group element plus number of monovalent atoms. I said oxygen is a divalent, so it is 0. Monovalent atoms number is 0 and plus we are writing. Why plus means it is negative charged species. Okay, it is a negative charged species, so minus 2. So we are adding 2 electrons. So 6 plus 2 means 8 by 2. 8 by 2 means it is 4. 4 again it is sp3. So SO4 minus 2 is having sp3 hybridization. Suppose if you are having SO2 molecule. For SO2 molecule again, hybrid orbitals number is equal to half into, here sulfur is sixth group plus, here monovalent atoms are 0 and no charge. So 6 by 2 means 3. So it is sp3 hybridization. Even if you are taking SO3 molecule, here half into 6 plus 0, no monovalent atoms for this. So here it is equal to again 3. So this is also sp3. So any molecule NO3 minus if you are taking, for NO3 minus, here it is half into nitrogen is fifth group plus number of monovalent atoms 0 and there is one negative charge, so plus 1. So 6 by 2 you will get 3. So it is sp2 hybridization. It is sp2 hybridization. Okay, so please remember, basing on the charge, if it is negative charge, add the electron. If it is positive charge, remove the electron. Then we will get the total number of hybrid orbitals. Basing on the hybridization we will get. Even for example, if you are taking ClF3. In ClF3, chlorine atom, it is 7th group. So hybrid orbitals number is equal to half into 7. Here, how many fluorine atoms are there? 3. All 3 fluorine atoms are monovalent. So 7 plus 3 means 10. 10 by 2 means 5. 5 means what is the hybridization? sp3d. You can simply count it 1 s orbital 3. 1 plus 3 4 and 1 5. So it is sp3d hybridized. Okay, and similarly XeO4 or XeO3 for example. Here half into xenon is 8th group element, valence electron is 8 plus monovalent atom 0. So 8 by 2 means 4. It is sp3. XeF6 is there. XeF6 molecule, xenon hexafluoride. Again, half into 8 plus 6. 8 plus 6 means how much? Yes, 14 by 2. So when 14 by 2 means you will get 7. 7 means it is sp3b3. So these compounds, all the molecules which are having single central atom, those single central atom molecules we can find the hybridization basing on this formula. For any molecule we can write. If you are having any doubt, you can check it. This formula works for all single central atom molecules. Okay, so better to try it. Next, hybridization in organic compounds, mainly hydrocarbons. Organic compounds when we are taking hybridization in organic compounds. This is very simple. Actually, we feel like it is difficult to calculate, but this is very simple because carbon can show a maximum of 3 types of hybridization. One is sp, second one is sp2, third one is sp3. Other than these 3 types, it is not possible for carbon. So sp, sp2, sp3 is only possible when carbon has sp hybridization or sp2 or sp3 hybridization. That we need to check if a carbon is having all single bonds around it in a molecule. Suppose if you are taking a bigger or whatever it may be complex molecule, at a particular carbon, if it has 4 single bonds only, then it is always sp3 carbon atom. If a particular carbon is having 2 single bonds and 1 double bond, whatever it may be the double bond may be with oxygen or any other element. But if it is having 2 single bonds and 1 double bond, it is always sp2 hybridized. And sp hybridization, here if a carbon is having a triple bond and 1 double bond, or if a carbon is having 2 double bonds around it, please remember, around it, either front side or back side or top or bottom, whatever it may be, around it, if it is having 2 double bonds, then it is sp hybridized. So please remember, it is very, very important thing. Carbon having 1 triple bond, 1 single bond around it, it is sp. Carbon having 2 double bonds around it is sp. And if a carbon has 2 single bonds, 1 double bond, it is sp2. And sp3, number of single bonds are 4. Remember, all single bonds are sigma bonds. All single bonds. Always all single bonds are sigma bonds. And if there is a double bond, one is sigma, one is pi. Pi bonds are not considered for hybridization. So how many sigma bonds present? 3. 3 sigma bonds means sp2. So 3 sigma bonds, and here how many sigma bonds? 4. And here in a sigma bond, and this is pi bond. This is sigma and this is pi. And here it is sigma, and this is pi, and this is also pi. This is sigma. So 2 sigma bonds is present, it is sp hybridization. Okay, so in carbon compounds, we need to check it. Suppose if you are having CH4 molecule, we already said in the normal calculation also, here CH4 molecule means it is having 4 sigma bonds around it. So what is the hybridization? It is sp3 hybridization. And suppose if you are taking CH3, CH3. CH3 means all hydrogens will be single bonds only. Or you can write the bond length structure like this, and here around each carbon if you see how many 4 single bonds are present around this, so this carbon is sp3, and this carbon is also having 4 single bonds, so it is sp3. So this is a back side to this and this is front side, whatever it may be, front or back, around that carbon only you can check, and around the carbon 4 single bonds are present, it is sp3 hybridization only. Okay, and suppose if there is CH3, CH2 and CH3, here also this is sp3 because 3 hydrogen, 3 sigma bonds, and this is 4 sigma bond, and this is 2 hydrogen, 2 sigma bonds, back side one, front side one. So this is also sp3 and this is also sp3. And next I am taking another example, CHE 2. Suppose it is CH2, double bond CH2. Here what is the hybridization? Yes, it is sp2. Why? Because it is having two hydrogens and one double bond. Two hydrogens, one double bond means this is hydrogen, hydrogen, and this is a double bond. So, like hydrogen, hydrogen, and a double bond, again hydrogen, hydrogen. So, around this carbon, one double bond, two single bonds. So, this is sp2. Here, this is also sp2. And here it is C triple bond CH, or we can write this as CH2, acetylene. And here one carbon, triple bond and single bond. So it is sp, and this is also sp. So please remember, when a carbon is having four single bonds, it is sp3. One double bond, two single bonds, sp2. One triple bond, one single bond, sp, or two double bonds, sp. Next, basing on the hybridization and position of lone pairs. Position of lone pairs. Here, position of lone pairs. And a particular hybridization where the lone pairs are present. Suppose if there is sp hybridization, if a molecule contains a lone pair, where they are present. If it is sp2 hybridization or sp3 hybridization, if sp or sp2 or sp3 at any place we can write. Means sp means linear shape. At any linear bond we can write sp2 trigonal. Any planar bond we can write sp3 tetrahedral. Linear shape means, for example, I am writing one linear molecule. Suppose this is beryllium chloride. If there is any lone pair here or here, we can write the lone pair. Like that, the lone pair position may be present at any place if there is sp or sp2 or sp3. sp2 example, if you are taking SnCl2 for example, here SnCl2, this is having a lone pair. And sp3, NH3, if you are taking, it is having a lone pair here, here, here. Or you can write the lone pair here. This is lone pair, and this is hydrogen, hydrogen, and this is hydrogen. Anywhere we can write the lone pairs. Okay, that is the lone pair occupation at sp, sp to sp3. But if you are taking sp3d hybridization, if there is a lone pair, then always write in equatorial position. Equatorial position only. Here equatorial position sp3d means what is the molecule shape? It is a trigonal bipyramidal. Trigonal bipyramidal means generally central atom I am writing as M, and equatorial positions how we can indicate? Yes, these are the equatorial positions. This is the equatorial bonds, and these are the axial bonds. So in the equatorial positions only you must write the lone pairs if it contains. If a molecule contains a lone pair, always write at equatorial positions in the trigonal bipyramidal shape for sp3d hybridization. And if there is any sp3d2 hybridization, then always write the lone pairs in axial positions. sp3d means what is the shape? It is octahedral. Octahedral shape I am writing here. Here octahedral means this is central atom. For example, four bonds are present in one plane. This is the four bonds which are present in one plane. Above the plane one bond, below the plane another bond. And here the sp3d2 hybridization, the lone pairs must occupy only axial position. Axial position means this is axial or this is the axial position. Never write at equatorial position. Suppose if one lone pair or two lone pairs are present, you must write at axial positions. And suppose if we are having sp3d3 hybridization, where we can write the lone pairs. Here, if you have one lone pair, please remember, if you have one lone pair, you must indicate that lone pair in equatorial position. Equatorial position. If you have two lone pairs, then you must indicate in axial position. So sp3d3 means what is the shape? Pentagonal bipyramidal. Pentagonal bipyramidal means I am writing like this. This is one bond, second bond, this is third bond, fourth bond, fifth bond. And these are present in one plane. So this is one plane, 5 bonds present in one plane, and this is the sixth bond present above the plane, and this is the seventh bond below the plane. Whenever one lone pair is present, equatorial. Here equatorial position means these are the equatorial positions. At any of these equatorial position, you can write that lone pair. But if two lone pairs are present, then you must indicate at axial position. These are the axial bonds. At these axial positions only, you must write the two lone pairs. That is about the position of lone pairs. When we are having any lone pairs in a particular hybridization for the central atom, you must indicate in those positions only. Mainly sp, sp2, sp3 at any place there is no problem. But sp3d always write at equatorial positions, at any equatorial position. And sp3d2 always write at axial positions only. And if it is sp3d3, you must write one lone pair in equatorial position. If it is a two lone pair containing, write in axial position. Okay.